Welcome back to Eagle Inventory. Today we're focusing on getting control over your inventory. With Eagle, you will have real-time inventory visibility across your entire organization, faster picking, fewer errors. In this tutorial, we will create product categories, warehouses and picking locations. We'll transfer stocks between warehouse and locations. We'll create our cycle count, and we'll pick and ship an order with our defined picking. Other advanced features will cover advanced units of measurement and converting between units of measurement, variant product setup, and lot, serial, or batch number track. To start, let's go to Product Categories, and to create a category, click the plus icon, enter a category name, choose an icon or image, and hit save. Next is to assign products to the category. Let's select these 4 products and hit add. Now that you've created your categories, you can see them on customers' sales order, and you can click through the categories. It then filters the products for just that category. Now let's create warehouses and picking locations. To create a warehouse, go to Product, Manage Warehouses, click Warehouses, and click on the plus icon to add a new warehouse. Let's call this warehouse our new warehouse. Put in an address. Now we have the new warehouse listed here, and we'll create a picking location. To create a picking location, under Manage Warehouses, click Picking Locations, and click on the plus icon to add a new picking location. Select the warehouse, enter the location name, select whether it's a receiving, shipping, storage, or temporary warehouse location. Now the location is added to the new warehouse. Now, let's transfer stocks between warehouses and locations. To transfer stocks, there are multiple ways of doing so. We have an individual product transfer and a transfer order. Let's go to Products, select a product, and click on the arrow icon to transfer stocks. So in this case, we are transferring from the main warehouse to the new warehouse and the new location. Enter the quantity and the reason for transfer, and hit Proceed. Now the product is assigned to the new location. To do a transfer order, go to Products, Transfers, and click Transfer Orders. There are 2 types of transfer orders. We have a direct transfer and an in-transit transfer. Direct transfers are instantly updating the stock quantities, while in-transit transfers go from shipping to receiving. We're going to select the warehouse that we're transferring from and the transfer to location. Then hit Proceed, and we're going to add products to the transfer order. Let's select these products, and we're going to select the location that we're transferring it into. In this case, we only have this one location, which is the dock. Let's now put in a reason, and let's put in the quantity for the transfer. You can type in the quantity, and you can see the available stock here. Since this is a direct transfer, once we hit transfer, the inventory is updated instantly. Now the transfer order is completed. The other type of transfer requires more steps, the in-transit transfer. So in here we're selecting the warehouse that we're transferring from and the warehouse that we're receiving it into. We can choose whether the ownership type is origin or destination. Depending on which one you choose, it is where the stock quantity will be reserved. So let's do origin, and we'll put in products. We can then enter the quantity to be transferred. Now let's put in a reason. We will click Process, and it will allow us to ship from the main warehouse. We can see this under Outbound. So we'll go to Outbound and hit Transfer. Now we'll find the transfer order here, enter the quantities, or send it back to open status and cancel the transfer if needed. So from here, let's enter the quantities and then click Pick and Ship. After shipping out the products from the source location, we want to receive them in the receiving location. So we'll find it under Inbound, Transfers, and we can see here Orders to Receive, or Transfer Orders to Receive. Now we'll enter the quantity to receive, and finally hit Receive. So now the status is updated to Received. Now let's do a cycle count. To do a cycle count or an inventory count, we will go to Products, Inventory Counts, and then View All. Then we can start a new inventory count here. Enter the name of the inventory count. Then select the warehouse. Select whether it's a full location count or a partial location count. The full location count requires you to count everything in the location, otherwise products that are not counted will be set to 0. For partial location counts, only the products that are being counted will be affected. So now let's click Begin Count, and under that warehouse we can select a picking location. In this case, let's select one of the locations here, and we'll put in a product. This serves as a blind location count. Currently you do not know how many there are in stock, you're just simply counting the quantities. So within location A, if I would have counted 120 pieces of product A, and another 150 pieces in product B in location A, and then mark this as complete, someone in your administrative team will review the count, and by clicking on the expand button here, we can see what was the quantity delta, or the difference between the available stock and the counted stock. In this example, there are 0 stock in this location for these products, and the counted quantity is actually the difference. So if you had 100 in your available stock and you counted 120, the quantity delta will be 20. If you had 150 and you counted 120, then your quantity delta will be -30, which would then be indicated as a negative count through a red font. In this case, the positive counts are in green font. As the approver, you can also update the count quantity, and you can update your comment here. So for example, you did count 100 pieces, not 120, and you can put in a comment. And from there you can either reject or approve the changes. Let's approve the changes and put in an adjustment reason and hit approve. Now the inventory count has been approved, and if we go back to manage products and search for the products, we can see that location A now has 100 in stock, and for product B, location A has 150 in stock. We can also see the adjustment entries in the product history under transaction details. Now let's explore advanced units of measurement for the products in Eagle Inventory. Let's first create a product. In this example, let's put in a hand sanitizer, and on the vendor and pricing info, we will set up the cost price of each and the selling price. Now, to set up the advanced units of measurement, scroll down to Manage Advanced UOM, then select the option to sell as, sell/buy, or buy as. So let's set it to sell/buy, and we'll put in a case of 24, and let's put in a discount of 10%. Let's set it as a default unit of measure, and we'll put in a suffix of 24 and hit add. Once you've added your advanced unit of measure, you can check on this and assign it to a location in the warehouse. We're going to select the warehouse, assign it to location A, and save. We'll then save and close this window, and we'll assign the location for the individual unit. Now in this example, we can see the unit of measure for the UOM of a 24 pack case and the individual. Let's update the quantity of the eaches to do 240, and let's put in a reason for adjustment. We can also do a vendor purchase order for this. Now if we want to convert this to a case of 24, all we need to do is click on the case of 24 inventory and then put in the adjustment. Say we have 3 cases of 24. Let's put in a reason, proceed, and add adjustment. Now we have 72 out of 240 grouped into 3 cases of 24. We also have 168 eaches of this product. To find this in the sales order, let's go to Customers Sales Order. Let's put in a customer here, and let's search for the product. Now you can see that the available stock is still at the each level. If we click on the product, we will see another window saying that we have 168 available to sell for the eaches and 3 cases of 24. Let's select a case of 24, add to the order, and we have an updated cost, and we'll hit checkout, place the order, and ship it out. On your pick ticket, as you ship this out, this will then update the inventory levels for this product on your products, manage products, and we can see now that there's 2 available for the case of 24, and in total we have 216 eaches left. You may also adjust the cases by clicking on the negative icon here and putting in a reason. We can update the quantity of the eaches and the cases. And if you want to update the case quantity again, you can do so here. So we have 72 eaches left and 6 cases of 24 that can be sold. Now let's go to Variant Product Setup. To set up your variants, we'll find the setting under Products, Variant Manager. Then click on the plus icon and set the variant. We can set it as color and size. Then to add the variations under the variant, on the top right corner of the screen you'll see a plus icon where you can click Add Variations and put in the name of the color. Now we have 4 variations under color. Let's add in size. Now we can assign the colors and sizes to the products. Now let's update the variants for an existing item. We'll go to the product, click variant, and we'll select the variants, color and size, and we can click generate variant here, and then select the variants that apply to the product. Now click generate, and we can see here the SKU numbers and the products. So we have a combination of red small, red medium, red large, red extra large, all the way to blue. Now, to select the products, we can click on the check mark here and hit process. Now we have the variants updated. If you'd like to update the cost of the product and the selling price of the product individually, you can go into variation and click on the edit icon. Then you can put in the cost surcharge and the selling surcharge and save it. When ready, just click save and next or save and close and assign this to a location. To view the inventory levels of each of the variation, simply click on the variation, in this case red small, and you can assign a location and the inventory levels. So here, for example, let's assign this to main warehouse location A. Now we can see the quantity here. We can also do an adjustment, say 25, or also do a vendor purchase order for this variant. Now we have 25 of the red small t-shirts. Alright, so to view this on your sales order, go to Customers, go to Sales Order, and let's find the product. Variants will appear with this icon here. So click on the variant item, and you can see the combinations. So we have green, red, yellow, and blue. Then select the variation. So we have red and small, or large, or extra large. And we'll add this to the order. The system will see that there is 25 of this product in the main warehouse. Let's add another one. Now let's process this by selecting a customer and hitting checkout. Now the order is updated and we can accept a payment method and email this to the customer. Now let's explore the lot, serial, and batch number creation for Eagle Inventory. For this product called sprinkler pipes, let's go to the edit product and go to additional info and set the requirement whether it's a serial number or a batch when receiving and or shipping. Let's select serial number, and from here we can update the serial numbers by creating a vendor purchase order for this product or by creating the serial numbers manually. To create a serial number manually to an existing product with existing inventory, go to the Product, Lot, Serial, Batch button, select the warehouse where the product has inventory quantities, and then click on this LS button. LS stands for lot and serial numbers. So let's create a lot number, and then let's put in a serial number. For the starting serial number, I'm going to start with 5,000, and the ending serial number, I'm going to end with 5,032. And we'll enter a tag number here. Let's call it 1, and then create lot/serial numbers. Now we can see all of the serial numbers here. We have the lot, the serial number, the manufacturing serial number, etc. So we'll select everything by clicking on the check mark here and then click confirm and apply. Now we can see that these serial numbers are in stock. If these were ordered from a vendor, we will see the reference number here. So let's close out of this. And by clicking on the View Lot Serial Number button, we can see the serial numbers for this product. Let's create an order by going to Customers, Sales Order, and we're going to look for sprinkler. Let's say the customer orders 2, and we're going to hit Checkout. Now this goes to the warehouse under Outbound Orders to pick, find the order, and then enter the quantity. So as you enter the quantity here, it's going to lead you to the serial number assignment screen. So for example, let's select 5003 and 5005. I'm going to hit Assign, and those serial numbers are assigned now to the order. Now we're going to go ahead and ship the order. We can then see the serial numbers that were shipped by going to Reports, Product Reports, and then lot/serial number. And in here we can see the status of the serial numbers. So we have 5003 as shipped and 5005. So that ends today's tutorial for Eagle Inventory. Stay tuned for the next tutorial videos.